Everyone, I'm going to talk to you about something that's near and dear to my heart. I am no longer a Linkin Park fan because Emily Armstrong is their new lead singer. Emily Armstrong supports a human trafficking cult by the name of Scientology. Scientology has harmed children like Serge Delmar, like Jenna Miscavige, like Miriam Francis, and many others. Scientology is a human trafficking cult. Emily Armstrong has been getting auditing while she is on the road with Linkin Park. Linkin Park is now safe pointed by Scientology. When all this controversy started happening when Linkin Park announced their new singer, they did not take lightly to the comments that were critical of Scientology. Scientology is a human trafficking cult. Chester Bennington was against human trafficking, period. This goes against all the morals that Linkin Park had growing up. Linkin Park is harmful. It is harmful when you support a human trafficking organization. Emily Armstrong was the lead singer for Dead Presidents, and they were all Scientologists. It's a proven fact. Chester Bennington wanted nothing to do with human trafficking. He actually was trying to fight to end human trafficking in our country. Sadly, it still goes on. It goes on through the horse slaughter pipeline, and they're learning that it's happening over in Europe through the horse slaughter pipeline. Human trafficking happens in all forms, whether you have a high control group or you have an organization that is paid by criminals money to traffic humans across borders. Scientology has an international associations of Scientology. They get big donors to donate millions and millions of dollars, like the Duggins. The Duggins have also been linked to the corruption that is happening in Florida right now. The Attorney General, Uthmeyer, is linked to the Duggins' money because they donated to all of Uthmeyer's PAC associations and their committees. I am speaking my truth on a daily basis about Scientology. No children can consent in Scientology. Scientology has harmed children. Jenna Miscavige said between the ages of 12 to 18, she only talked to her mother twice. And when she was on the Florida land base, the biggest land base in the world for Scientology, she was not allowed to contact her mother. Marty Rathman, Mike Rinder, and David Miscavige and Shelley Miscavige were the ones that did not allow her to contact her mother. When they did send Jenna and Dallas to Australia, Jenna had a taste of freedom. She had a cell phone. They wanted to take her cell phone away. Scientology is a human trafficking cult. They lock up anyone's passports, any of their identifying documentation. This should not be allowed. This should be illegal. Scientology has harmed children. I can tell you they cover up a lot of sexual assault in Scientology. And I'm going to call it sexual assault because it is sexual assault. James Barber is one of them. And at a school that was run by a headmistress who was a Scientologist, her own son was sexually assaulting children that was in the first grade or pre-kindergarten level. It's harmful to cover up these abuses. This is why, in California, Serge Delmar, Jenna, and Aaron Smith Levin went to the LAPD's commissioner meeting to fight against children being abused. The Child Neglect Reporting Act. Scientology is supposed to be a mandatory reporter, but they are not. They don't follow the outside world rules. They call us wogs, which is a very derogatory statement. We are not wogs. We are not harmful to Scientologists. We are just speaking our truth, speaking the truth about what the abuses are within Scientology, and trying to come together to fight this world-harming human trafficking cult that has now put a target on Taiwanese backs and has made claim to the Taiwanese people. In other countries, Scientology is not recognized as a religion. Scientology has had their tax-exempt status taken away in several countries. We are hoping that this will continue to happen, and finally maybe our government will wake up to the abuses that are happening within church walls. Children are being essayed. Children are being given dangerous levels of niacin, which can harm their kidneys, their liver, and even cause heart attacks. There have been people that have fainted doing these sauna treatments called the purification rundown. Scientology is harmful, and there's people out there that support Scientology, like Mrs. J, like Nora Ames, and like Toddy One Skip. They do not try to stop Scientology at all. Scientology is a human trafficking cult. This is why I no longer support Linkin Park in their journey in life. I will support their old music with Chester Bennington, but I will not support their new music because Emily Armstrong absolutely is a Scientologist and has supported a human trafficking cult. She even heckled one of the Jane Does at the Danny Masterson trial. This is all a proven fact. Scientology has a horrible policy called fair game to try to destroy their critics utterly. And they absolutely have tried to destroy the Jane Does utterly. I do not support a human trafficking cult that harms children, that harms the elderly, that violates RICO violations, and commits known racketeering to earn their IRS tax-exempt status. Scientology has done all those things that I am saying, and I speak the truth because Serge Delmar was trafficked as a child from Mexico. His passport and his documentation was locked up. So was Laura FM. She was trafficked as a child too, and went to the cadet org. Went to the Scientology-run boarding school, where Jenna Miscavige was also at. Same with Mike Brown and Sterling Tompkins. We just need to come together and stop the horrible, horrible abuses of Scientology. Scientology has harmed children. Why do you think so many people were upset when the whole situation with Brian Kent was known? Mike Rinder never told any of the ex-Scientologists about a look-back window that could have had their statutes of limitation utterly taken away so that they could report crimes against Scientology. Mike Rinder did all these things. Mike Rinder is not... They took Mike Rinder off the posthumous board of Child USA Because not only did he cover up crimes which happened in the Church of Scientology, he allowed them to happen. He allowed Miriam Frances to be traumatized over and over again. She was sexually assaulted by her father at the age of 3, and her father admitted it. I support people who are actually fighting the Church of Scientology instead of promoting harmful trolls in this community, like Nora Ames. Nora Ames does not base her content on fact. She has not done her research. And no, Aaron is not a self-admitted abuser of women, like you claim. And no, that boyfriend was not honoring his girlfriend. He was a coward. He was running from the law because he was on probation. Scientology has harmed children. Scientology uses brainwashing techniques like the TRs and the bull baiting to get people more indoctrinated in a suggestible state. Scientology does all these things. And if you look at one of their Sunday services, you're basically just sitting in a chair and being commanded to sit in a chair. It's absolutely not beneficial to the public. If Scientology wants to repair its image, it actually needs to do stuff for the public. We saw with the LA County wildfires last year, where Scientology was still stealing items that were donated for actual victims of the fires. So it would benefit them publicly to do a PR stunt. Just like they do when there's a hurricane. They do a PR stunt where they create a photo shoot acting as if they're helping clearing debris. There are so many front groups for Scientology. Criminon, Narcanon, The Way to Happiness, Applied Scholastics. Please ask your school if they have applied scholastics in their schools, because it is linked to Scientology. Scientology traffics humans and traffics children. And they do it on a daily basis. They are targeting the Ukrainian people. They are targeting Russia right now. And many of the Scientologists that you'll see in Clearwater, Florida are Russian or Ukrainian. Scientology is shrinking. And it will shrink if we can take away their money, which means taking away their tax-exempt status. I am speaking my truth, because if you take the head of a snake off, it will die. And Scientology will eventually die too with it. It is your right to practice Scientology in your own home, but do not be implicit with the harms that it's doing to children. That's why many of the ex-Scientologists that are speaking their truth never got their children indoctrinated into Scientology. We can just start coming together and being kind and doing the right thing. And I mean kindness in a genuine way, not what Nora Ames is doing, because that is not kindness. She claims she is a protector of women. No, she's not. She's actually harmed women, and harmed women in this community, and targeted them for destruction like an OSA op. I do not support this. I don't support it. Scientology will win when the government does not see how harmful it is. And there are organizations that are human trafficking in our country. It goes hand in hand with the horse slaughter pipeline. It goes hand in hand with Scientology and many other organizations like the drug cartels. So I am speaking my truth. I've seen things behind the scenes that I don't like, and I'm going to speak about them on a daily basis because it is the truth. If Nora Ames claims she's a proponent of protecting women, she would have denounced her friendship with Reese and Tommy Scoville. Because Reese and Tommy have harmed women in this community. Scientology is winning right now when it has division in the chats, when mods do not control their chats, and in Nora's chat, none of the mods control that chat. There have been known trolls like Pete Jensen and Juliana Cohen and Lindsay brought into this community to harm others. And they do it on a daily basis, and they lie. Scientology is the enemy here, not the community. I suggest we start coming together, because some of the attacks that have been done against other women and other content creators in this space have become at a criminal level. It can be considered a terroristic threat to do everything that certain content creators are doing. To threaten to harm another human being is considered a terroristic threat. I've discussed this on my channel before, what the definition of a terroristic threat is. I do research for my channel. And Scientology has threatened humans and has threatened livelihoods. They don't open their buildings to the public. They have not supported the public at all. They consider us evil when we are not, when we are just showing kindness to others. Scientology has treated people that are harmful, and they platform it on a daily basis. LRH even said he was Hitler at one point in time. And I do not support anything that has to do with attacking Jews at all. I just think we need to start coming together. LRH was a fraud. He never served as a war hero in the military, like they said. He has stolen valor from millions of veterans that have served our country. They try to align, Scientology tries to align themselves with veterans groups in order to benefit the public. What people don't realize, that means they are trying to save point certain things. This is why the Clearwater PD is so safe pointed. And they are doing Scientology's bidding. Aaron absolutely was not in the wrong at that bar that night. It was a person who punched him in the face. That's a known criminal. We just need to start coming together and try to fight the Church of Scientology, because Scientology as a whole is a criminally run organization that's run by David Miscavige, similar to a mob boss running his criminal organization. I don't support this, and I do not support false narratives, and I do not support a human trafficking cult known as Scientology. There are many people in this community that are pro-Scientology, including Juliana Cohen. She got her wish when Aaron was kicked off the board of the Aftermath. She got her wish, trying to shut down his channel. Well, guess what? It's only made the community stronger. And we see your true colors, Juliana Cohen. You are not the victim of Aaron. You are the victim of yourself and your mental break. You are a horrible human being that does not understand Scientology and how harmful it is. You allowed your boyfriend, Pete Jensen, to infect the space with a fake channel called the SPTV channel. I'm speaking my truth, I'm going to speak my truth because Scientology is the enemy. Love is not the enemy. Being kind and caring in your everyday life brings you joy and it gives you love tenfold. Not like violence and hate, which certain content creators are spewing on a daily basis. I do not support this. I don't support the train wreck that is Nora Ames. And she's absolutely a train wreck. I support mental health people who want to seek mental health care and go to therapy and do the work to actually better themselves. I think it is awful that we have lost so many beautiful people in this world, like Rob Reiner and his beautiful wife, who fought so hard in their daily life to help children and to help others. We have lost so many people like Doug Scott Kramer, who is speaking his truth about Scientology and Scientology's abuses. He was finally having a relationship with his mother after getting out of the cult of Scientology. Sadly, he passed away because he had so many heart and health issues. Scientology destroys families. They have a disconnection policy that they hold over every Scientologist's head when they leave the Church of Scientology or they speak out publicly. This is why Leah Remini lost some of her family members when she left the Church of Scientology. And it was very sad for her sister to be forced to be disconnected from her husband's family. We need to just start coming together and fighting the Church of Scientology every single day with everything that we have. I support the protesters in Clearwater. However, I don't think it's right to get up in anyone's face. Scientology is losing its members on a daily basis. In the past 20 years, it's been crumbling by 50%. Thank you and have a great day. Take time for your family and friends. Just do the things that you love. I do have to do Christmas shopping for my mom. I am getting her some more stocking stuff. I do a stocking for her every year. Thank you and have a great day. Just be kind in your everyday life. Thank you and have a great day. Show your support and show how powerful and how much you have integrity on your channels. Thank you and have a great day.